What's going on, guys? Mac Junkie here. Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the Fantime i9 smartwatch. Now this is a super cheap Chinese smartwatch. This is only $31, and I'm going to be taking a look at it today to see if it's actually worth the money. We're going to go over the features and the looks and see if this thing is really actually comparable to a Samsung watch or a Apple Watch. So let's go ahead and open up the box here. It's actually got quite a nice box where it slides open. We got a instruction manual here. Now I'm not gonna lie, I have turned on the smartwatch before and I have used it, and just to make sure that all the features work. As you can see, there it is. Let me just go ahead and get that on there. Now I'm gonna apologize for the camera quality. I have my phone right here to show you the features that this watch has, so it's paired to that, and I'm using my old iPad to record this. So as you can see, there's the screen right there. This is actually a custom watch face that I have, and I'll do a video on how to install custom watch faces on these cheap Chinese watches that don't have Android Wear or the stuff that the Apple Watch has. Let's just go ahead and get the watch out here. There we go. Go ahead and move that off to the side. So here's the watch. Now I got it in red, white, and blue bands. Now this is because this was the only one available. The black and brown bands were sold out, so this look might not be appealing to some people, but I think it looks okay. So for the smartwatch, we're going to go over the features it has. So as you can see, it obviously tells the time. The watch faces it comes with, let me just show you real quick. You just hold down here, and this is for if you don't. So that's the one that I got on my own because I think it looks nicer. These are all the watch faces that come with the watch. There's a digital there, and then there's mine. So basically, that's it for that part of it. You just turn on the watch, and it does have a rest or awake feature. So if you turn it off and you have it on your wrist and you flip it up, it does turn on automatically. That's one of the features that I do like about it. So also over here we have messages, phone book, dialer, and settings. Now when you connect this via Bluetooth to your phone, you can make calls on it and receive calls on it. Now I have an iPhone, so there is a limitation on what you can do with this watch, but if you have an Android device, you can do much more on the smartwatch than you can on an iPhone. So for messages, as you can see, if I go here, it'll say currently not available, but that's where you can go and actually send text from the watch. You got a phone book where you can add all of your contacts. I tried syncing that with my phone, did not work, but again, I do have an iPhone. Then we have our settings. We're going to go ahead and go through the settings. It's got quite a bit of settings, actually. So we have Bluetooth settings here. Now, when you first power on the watch, you want your visibility to be on, so that way you can find it in the Bluetooth settings of your phone. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect it from my phone and then show you guys how to pair it to your phone. Okay, so once you have your visibility turned on, all you have to do is go to your phone settings. And this is pretty easy. It should be pretty straightforward for whether you're on iOS or Android. You go to your Bluetooth, you look for other devices, and you wait for i9 to show up right there. Just click on that, and it will pair. As you can see, it says accept human interaction device. Obviously, you click yes, and then you wait for a little bit. It should be good to go now. And as you can see, we are connected, so we are good to go. Now, this watch also comes with an app that if you're on iOS and you want to get notifications, you need to download it. So whenever you get a notification on your phone, it pushes it to your watch. You won't necessarily be able to respond to the notification on your watch, but you will be able to see that notification. So all you have to do is download this app called MediaTek Smart Device. As you can see, it's right here. I'm going to go ahead and connect it. And once I do connect it, it'll probably say I have a million notifications on here. Alright, so there you go. The i9 is now connected. I can pair it. And as you can see, there it goes. It says I had 3 notifications. So we'll go ahead and dismiss those. Now, the watch does have a vibration motor as well, and that's really nice for when it's on your wrist and you don't want it to make loud noises. But it also does have notification tones and all that. So let's go ahead and go through more of these settings. Now, this is kind of hard to see because of how small that screen is. I'm going to try and hold still here. But in the settings, we have our Bluetooth settings. We already went over that. The clock is where you set your time. And sound. Oh, where is it? There it is, sound. This is where you select your alert type, and then all the different ringtones that you want. So alert type that I have is vibrate and then ring. So it'll vibrate, wait a few seconds, and then it will ring. So if I feel it vibrate on my wrist, I can look at the notification and quickly dismiss it before it makes a noise and then alerts everybody around me. So let's go ahead and get back to there. Alright, so then you have your ringtone. My ringtone is set to ringtone 3. You have a bunch of different ringtones here. Ringtone 4. So the speaker is fairly loud. Obviously it's not high quality, but it doesn't need to be. It does what it has to, so we'll keep it on ring 3. Then a notification tone. The ringtone is more for like calls, and notification tone is for more like text. So that's what I have for my notification tone. That little bell ring. But it also has tone 4, which is sort of like a longer bell. Tone 3 is like a harp. Funnily enough, that's actually the sound it makes when you turn it on. Tone 2 and tone 1. So those are more like almost like ringtones. I just keep it on ring 5. So I think that one makes most sense. Now notification, okay, we already got that. So the next thing is your dialer. Now obviously this phone actually, or not the phone, this watch actually has a surprisingly good touchscreen. It's not that hard to mistype. You can call somebody on here, and it does have a microphone on the side. Let me just show that to you real quick. That little hole right there, that's the microphone. And it actually works okay. When I first got this, I called some people, and I used the watch, and I didn't say anything. Then I told them, and they said that it sounded fine, that it didn't really have any problem hearing me. So this is going to be great for if you're driving and you just want to quickly answer a call without pulling out your phone. I think that's one of the big selling points of this, and this is also a reason why I got it. Now you also have your clock app. This is where you're going to set your time and your clock type if you want it to be military or 12-hour. I have it set to 12-hour. And then time sync, for some reason for me it doesn't work. Again, I do have an iPhone, so we got to take that into account. Then you can set the date and the time on there. Now we're going to go back, and it does have a call log, so whenever you make a call or end a call or anything like that, it'll go here, so you can recall those people. It has a calculator, which does work. Then you also have a Bluetooth camera, so you can use this as a camera shutter. So if you want to take like a portrait, but you also want to be in the portrait, you can set up your phone here. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my camera on my phone. Where is that? There it is. So we'll go to Bluetooth camera right here. You just choose iOS, and it takes a picture. Boom, picture. Boom, picture, picture. There we go. So as you can see there, it takes pictures, which is awesome. So you can set it up far away, or you can set your phone up on some stand, walk over to where you want to be, and press iOS, and it will take a picture if you're in the camera, like that. Takes a picture. Pretty cool. Alright, so next we got a calendar. You can change your theme, which is what the background looks like. I actually kind of like theme 1, just black. And that's what your theme for this menu is going to be. Theme 3 here, some people. What's theme 4? And theme 4 is some like techno sort of Tron looking thing. I'm going to keep it on theme 1 for the rest of this video. That might help the focus on the camera. Now it also has a stopwatch. You can start it there. You can lap it. And you can scroll through the things that you lapped right there. Stop it like that. Then we also have an alarm, which is quite loud. This does have a pretty loud speaker, which you guys did hear. So it does have an alarm which you can set. So I have one set for 10 a.m. on the weekends and 6 a.m. on the weekdays, like that. Then we have our app, which is a QR code that you scan to go get the recommended app for this, which is the Funduware app. Well, I actually don't really like that app, and I found out that MediaTek Smart Device works much better, so I recommend getting that. Then you have Find Device, which you can press, and it will find your phone for you, and the same thing on your phone. So let's go ahead and start this. As you can see, my phone just started yelling at me, and once I open it up, it stops. And the same thing goes for the phone. If you lost the watch and it's connected, you can go to your MediaTek app here and click Find Device, and then it starts ringing, just like that. You can press OK there and stop it on there, and there you go. So that'll help you if you lose either your phone or your watch. It goes both ways. So this thing has a ton of settings. It really does. It does, like, surprising. This is $30. Now we also have power saving mode, which I actually find I don't need. This thing has really good battery life. I wore it throughout the day and I didn't charge it at all. I charged it up to 100% at night. Next morning I put it on, wore it throughout the entire day, probably more than 12 hours. And the watch went down to like 70%. Now there is a power saving mode, as I mentioned, and when you turn it on, all it really does is lower the brightness of the screen. I don't really see it limiting any functionality. I think it just limits the brightness, but you can also change the brightness in the settings. And then you have your Bluetooth right here, which is where you can search for devices. There's my phone and my tablet, and then I don't know what T00, that might be my computer. I don't know. Now you also have BT Music, which is for Bluetooth music, so you can use this as a Bluetooth music controller. So if you have your phone connected to a speaker, you can leave your phone in your pocket while you're driving, and you can just use the BT Music app to play and pause music. So there it goes, it's connected, you can play and pause. One thing that isn't really nice about it though is that you can only use the skip track back and forth, because if you play or pause it, then it goes starts playing music out of the watch's speaker and not the Bluetooth speaker that you have. Now again, I am on an iPhone, so this may be different for people on Android, and it might not do that. Now you also have Siri, which does work, and you can tap on it and it will work just fine. What's the weather right now?
It appears to be partly cloudy right now with a temperature of 48 degrees.
So as you can see, it does respond to you. It is a little bit quiet on the Siri, which I don't really know why, but it does respond there. And now you also have voice memos, which is basically recording your voice. You can record yourself right here. So, oh, it's actually going, wait, no, it's not. Is it? No. So, hi, this is a voice recording on the Fantime i9 smartwatch. Now you can save it and go to your recordings, and there it is.
Well, hi, this is a voice recording on the Fantime i9 smartwatch.
As you can see, the microphone is awful, but it's obviously good enough for something like, you know, taking phone calls and things like that. Then you got your notifications, where it shows all of your recent notifications, which were all from YouTube. And let's see, we also have a sedentary reminder, which you can set, which will remind you to get up and walk around if you're sitting. You also have a pedometer, a sleep monitor, and a file manager, which I actually found pretty cool. You can actually access the, you could potentially add your own ringtones and notification noises and stuff like that. And then you have a sleep monitor, which I have not tested yet. But let's go ahead and hop back into the settings. I did not go through all these. So with your volume, you choose the volume of your ring and your notification and all that. I have my ring set to 0 and my notification at 1. And multimedia, which is like playing back, like, you know, that voice recording and Siri's volume. That's all played back on there. So let's go ahead and go through the other settings that it has. I'll go to display here. Now, you can change the main menu style from 4 apps to 1 app. I keep it at 4 apps because that would just take forever to scroll through. And then we also have, back in display, brightness, which is at full right now, and the screen timeout, which is how long the watch screen will stay on before blacking out back to its regular stage. Then we have our motion, which is where we can set to flip to mute incoming calls. So if you get a call, you don't want to answer, you can just flip your wrist and it mutes the call. Then you have flip to mute alarm, which is the same concept, just with an alarm, and the wake up gesture, which is when it's off. As you can see, the screen is off. When you lift it, it turns it on. Lift it up, and it turns on like that. So that's the wake up gesture. And that's it for the settings app, and that's it for pretty much all these other apps. And it does work quite well. I'm actually going to have myself get a notification here. Just have to hope I get a notification. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to send myself something. Alright, so I just sent myself a notification. We should receive it pretty soon here. And there it is. It says hello from someone called Note. Now, if we wait a little bit, there you can hear that ring. Now, when the screen first lights up, that's when it vibrates, and then it gives you a good 5 seconds to dismiss the notification and look at it really quick before it actually makes a noise. And that's what I have it set to. You can have it set to ring only and no vibrating ring at the same time, or vibrate then ring, which is what I have it set to, which is where it vibrates, waits a little bit for you to dismiss the notification before it makes noise, and then it will also make a noise in case you didn't feel the vibration on your wrist. Alright, so what else comes in the box? It comes with a charger, a USB charger. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't use any universal cable like a USB, like a micro USB. It uses this magnetic 4-prong, let me get this in focus here. Uses this 4-prong magnetic charger right there. Pretty weird. It is pretty cool though. It snaps right onto the back with magnets, just like that. So it is convenient, but if you break it, I mean, there's really no way of replacing it. Now, I did find this charger on Amazon, but it's a $15 charger. It's half the price of the watch to buy one of these things if you break it. So I would be very careful with this cord. Definitely kind of weird that it doesn't ship with a micro USB, but I do sort of get it. It would take up some space if they had to put up another port on this thing. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys did like it, please be sure to leave a like. I'll leave a link to this thing on Amazon in the description. Really, really good value for what it is. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.